femicide, the silent epidemic of violence against women. Now, femicide is the killing of women and girls based on their gender. It's a harsh reality facing Nigeria today. It's not just a statistic, it's a story of lives cut short and families shattered. The violence, a grim reflection of deeply rooted inequality and a persistent culture of violence, has been documented in cases across Nigeria over the past year, exposing its chilling frequency. Recent cases underscore the urgent need for action to protect women and ensure justice. In Oyo State, a mother of one some few days ago took her life on her own after a heated argument with her husband, a stark reminder of the emotional and psychological toll of violence against women. The case of Salome Adaidu is even more chilling. She was murdered by her partner Temileyin Ajayi, who confessed to the crime, stating she was cheating. I don't regret killing her. This confession reflects a disturbing devaluation of women's lives and the normalization of violence. Research conducted from July 2023 to June 2024 revealed a consistent pattern of femicide across Nigeria. In 1 month, 9 women were killed in Ogun, Adamawa, Edo, and Delta states. Non-intimate partner violence accounted for 55% of these cases, while intimate partner violence made up 33.3%. Among the victims were 21-year-old student Christiana Idowu, killed by classmates with a history of violence, sparking nationwide protests under the hashtag Justice for Christiana. 19-year-old Damilola Olowoyo was kidnapped and murdered in a case revealing the ritualistic nature of some femicide crimes. Data from November to December 2023 shows 14 reported cases ranging from a 3-day-old infant to a 70-year-old woman. Domestic violence accounted for half of these cases in December, with intimate and non-intimate partner violence making up the remainder. These figures demonstrate the pervasive danger women face in various settings. Despite the frequency of these crimes, justice is often elusive. Weak judicial system, cultural norms that normalize abuse, and societal silence contributes to a circle of impunity. Now, addressing this crisis requires multifaceted action. Stronger laws and their effective enforcement are essential. When we look at, the rise in femicide cases all over Nigeria. The case of Adaidu Salome is rather sad. It's been on the news trending for a few days just now, where her head was cut off and her body parts were butchered into 15 pieces, cleanly cut and tied in 6 polythene bags. What are your thoughts on that when you look at this story?
Well, it was really disturbing. And you ask yourself what is really going on in Nigeria.
Right.
Because for the fact that I'm the state chairperson, Nigerian Association of Women Journalists Rivers State Chapter, and this event is taking place in Rivers State, right. I think taking analysis of what is going on from the state, I want to said, this situation is not really welcoming. Right. But cutting a woman's part and putting 15 bags, as in, what is the mind of the perpetrator before doing that? What was his plan? What was he? When I saw it, I said, was he going to market it? Or was he going to bag it and maybe go away with it one after the other so that it won't be noticeable that it is human part, maybe meat stuff, or maybe a way to discard it? I don't know. We kept wondering, why must it be women? All the killings going on here and there, it must boil down to women. Why must it be women?
Now, most of these killings, the culprits have often said, this particular, the recent one with Adaidu, the guy has given different accounts. From he was asked to a woman asked him to bring the head of somebody.
That's my question. Why must it be a woman that you must bring the head? Why can't it be a man? I'm not as in promoting what they are doing. We are against it, but the issue now is, you decide to take life.
Right.
You don't take any life. It must always be. Is it that women are more prone to their deceitful lives? Take, for instance, I went out on my 15th of January, was 12th of January was my birthday, and I went out. I got to where I went out to take some. My friend took me out just for me to feel free, celebrate the birthday.
Yeah.
And I saw girls, small boys. I just concluded they are Yahoo boys. Are you seeing? Now, when I took this conclusion, you see the small girl that followed them. They are underage.
Right.
Now, these underage children comes back home to their parents with big money. I'm taking from the aspect that is it that women are so prone to their deceits?
Right.
That's the aspect I'm trying to go deep now into. A child comes home, that child of maybe 17 years, because that's where I can analyze the age of that child. That girl that
the one there. You saw, yes.
And she was with, there were two of them, they were with these two boys there. I looked at her, she wasn't comfortable enough. What she did now was to tell the guy, let them change seats. So they started backing us. You understand? But now, my mind went straight to the parents. This your daughter goes out and come back and brings you money or not, or comes back and drive one expensive car. And you don't ask how come. Now,
do you think that neglect from parents has aided this?
It's aiding it seriously. It's aiding it seriously. Parents, not only neglect. Neglect, you will say, is ignorant. Parents does not neglect, rather encourage.
Now, do you think this encouragement, from your perspective, comes from a place of the hardship in the economy? People, you're a career woman yourself. Many parents are out there working so hard. Do you think that this stems from, okay, I'm very busy, or we don't make enough, and these children are now thrown under the bus to say, okay, let's look for a way to assist our families? Because given in recent times, you find out that many children are now the breadwinners of families.
That's what I'm saying. Now, you say because of the hardship, you push your child to the world. I don't know if you get.
Right.
You are exposing that child to danger. Especially the girl child to danger. And that is why you see many of them are falling victims of these ritualists, of these Yahoo boys. They use their part, use their destiny and make them useless. It's so disturbing when you look at a girl, you see a girl on the street gone mad. Suddenly, what happened? They have used their destiny.
Why is this whole Yahoo?
Have been used.
Why do you think this whole Yahoo thing has become so prevalent now?
Because you don't even need to ask. Everybody wants to get quick rich. Some few days ago, I was in this National Orientation Agency event, NOAA, and they said they are trying to talk against the issue of getting quick. They are against the issue of getting quick rich syndrome. You see a child, in those days, was it like that? That an underage child will be driving a car that you don't even imagine it. So expensive. And the law is not taking any cost on them.
Now, how come, given that, for me, myself, when I was growing up, we had a pattern where you're expected to go to school. Many parents will say, go to school, face your book. So when you come out, when you get into civil service or you can work in the bank, the expectations. Now, why do you think these expectations have become so high on these children that makes them want to, put their hands into things that in turn, especially now when we look at
why it is so high now is because you finish your university, no job.
So, right, I wanted us to look at it now on two angles. From the point of, are we going to say, from the point of the boy child, economic hardship, same with the point of the girl child, right? Now, these people decide to go into all these Yahoo and rituals and all of those due to economic hardship, right?
Yes.
In the place of the girl child now, everybody is endowed with a talent, right? And I want you to look at it on a broader scope. I usually don't like to put the boy child away. Because whatever effort anybody puts into a girl child
should also be put into the
should
boy
also
child.
be put into a boy child.
That's
Now,
it.
when this effort fails to be put into play, given that many families will say, life is hard, we don't have food, children now start going outside to look for a source of living on behalf of the family. Now, would you say economic? You rightly said economic hardship, plays a role. But what are your thoughts as regards other fundamental problems when we look at this discourse, especially with the fact that many people don't get justice? This has happened to Adeju just now. Everybody is petrified. People are pissed off. I am pissed off. I'm sure you equally are pissed off. Of course, this is someone's child. Why is it that there is no justice at the end for these women?
Now, you see that we, in Nigeria, we find ourselves in a country that when people like us, like you, the media speaks, nobody listens. No one cares. Now, Watch have been talking on this, domesticate laws that can help to cope all these things.
But we have lots of bodies. We have the Child Rights Act. We have the Violence Against People Prohibition. All of those are there guiding domestic problems.
We have them there.
Right.
Now, when these things are being perpetrated, how many is taken to it? How many is taken, as in, taking effect, implemented against them? I don't know if you understand.
I do.
Now, a child is caught in an act. You arrest that child. When that child is arrested, and the needed money that whosoever arrested that child demand, that child gets freedom. And when the child gets freedom, he goes and do ×3. You understand?
Right.
He commits more crimes and say, yes, is it not when I pay the money, I will come out? Are you seeing?
Right.
Now, but when a child is arrested and that police officer said, there's no paying of money, you go nowhere. The law must take its course on you.
Right.
Do you think that thing will increase?
Now, when we say
in the society,
when we say the law must take its course, now in the case of Christiana, the boy was arrested. He's still in prison. He's still in prison. Now, do you think that this long wait time?
That's what I'm saying.
Because where I'm driving at now, when I was growing up, I used to hear, I grew up in town in Port Harcourt at the time. My father would always say, at Tourist Beach, they used to shoot people when they are convicted of a crime. Now, they bring this open display of these people, and people see it, and it acts as some form of a deterrent to people that want to intend to go into similar things. Do you think if they bring back the core, as it were, and I'm talking about the judiciary now, do you think if that core is brought back, it will help mitigate this constant abuse and femicide on women's rights?
Why not? Why not? Like the last time we were talking on the issue of rape. Children were being raped. And at the end of the day, you set the man free after serving the lifetime. And now what River State started advocating that whoever is arrested for the cause of rape and you rape that child, especially to death, that man also should be killed. Should be killed by hanging.
So what results did the advocation?
Nothing.
Yield?
That advocation we did has yielded no result till today. And do you know why? Maybe here in River State, because I would say that the law is there to protect, like you said, the girl child right,
the child right,
and the girl child right, and the rest of them. But when the house is not in order, can anyone remain focused? The answer is no, isn't it?
Right.
From the time 8 years back to this present time now, we would have said we are having a good sale, a good ride with the current administration we have in River State. which is the governor of Sasimilaye Fubara.
Right.
But when there is heat, pressure everywhere, do you think that me and you and other media houses, if we say we want to Dantu today and take to the street to protest, to stop this, we go to the House of Assembly. All
right.
The governor will have the time to listen to us.
Okay.
And we want to ensure that what we demanded for is done.
So why haven't that approach been taken?
Excuse me. But if we take that action,
okay,
and there are a lot of distractions on the governor, do you think that he will have the time to listen to us?
So why is this not being escalated at the national level?
That is it. This thing now is having a serious rise at the national, at other states. Yeah, we are yet to act because it's not as high, it's not happening the way it's happening in other states. Just like you read now, you can see that somehow I will say now, here in River State, at least, our advocacy has been giving us some positive results. Okay. Because why? The crime of rape has reduced. That of ritual parts and the rest has also reduced. It's now going to other states. Are you seeing it? So that is why, for me, that was my plan, that if these things should be happening in River State, this is the step we have to take. To go out and protest. Yes, we have to protest. And we have to write to all the media houses to Dantu.
Now,
so that we can protest to the House of Assembly and let this thing be stopped. But I thank God that we took a bold step.
Okay.
We visited the Commissioner of Police I think 2 years ago.
Okay.
And we told them that this is what, when the ritualists, this work, their activities were so high.
Yes, because there was a ritualist that was killing girls in lots of hotels at that time in River State.
We took action. We went to the Commissioner of Police. We told the Commissioner of Police, this is what we want. That at every point, police should mount their point to, and not only that they should also monitor the movement of these Yahoo boys and ritualists. And then put a desk, violence against women, girls, in all their stations.
Okay.
So that if anything like that comes, it will be a check.
Okay, but I want to ask you.
And they did.
Okay.
They did.
So that is currently tenable?
Yes, it's tenable in the state. So now if you want to get any information about any crime about the girl child or the women, the women, you go there, they will give it to you.
Okay.
So, but now, yes, God is on our side. Prayer was answered. It reduced.
But I want to ask you, that guy that was raping and killing girls all over River State, where is he now?
He was arrested that time. Right now, we cannot lay hold of where he is. That is why when I started, I said, when you arrest them, after a year, you release them.
Why do we stop? Why do we stop before we achieve victory, even as a body, as now? Why did the advocacy or the clamor for judgment till it gets to the end point, why did it stop? Because if voices are well amplified,
you know why we stopped. Now what was involved?
Okay.
FIDA was involved.
Okay.
Now what are the frontliners to break the news? Once we do that, and it's taken to court or to the police, we hand it, the legal people, which is the FIDA, takes it up from there.
Okay.
So I can't now, as Nawoch chairperson, says that we relax or we stopped.
Okay.
It's still going on with the FIDA.
Now, is there some kind of a synergy where when these cases are, met in court and when they're handled in court, is there some kind of a synergy where FIDA now reports to NAWOJ and say, okay, this is the news obtainable in court today.
On this case.
On this case,
yeah.
because when a case is so, like this recent one now, this case is so amplified,
sure.
right?
See,
people want to know what happened next. Because if somebody now doesn't know what happened to that guy, we just know.
And that guy is still in prison.
He's still in prison.
Yes.
Right?
That guy is still in prison because...
But someone that intends to do a similar crime will be like, what is prison? I can just stay in prison. Because what do you think the offense, the punishable capital punishment or some form of punishment should be meted on people that kill women? What sort of punishment do you think they deserve? The capital
punishment I think they deserve is also death. You can't kill somebody and be alive. And people say, Susan, it's too harsh. I said, what? You rape a minor to death, and you, an old man, want to be alive. You deserve death as well. And that is why I'm not comfortable with the judgment or the punishment that is given out to people that rapes and kill. If you kill, you should also die. That is just it. Balance it up, so that you won't have time to kill another one. How
do you think NAWOJ and other news bodies and every other person can come together to amplify this voice, so that people like Ministry of Women and Children Affairs, all of these ministries, all the FIDA and everybody that knows that, okay, we want to stand against these vices, right? What methodology do you think we should come together to amplify our voice so it's going to get to the lawmakers and these will be signed into law for people?
The methodology I think can take place is NAWOJ right.
Okay.
Inviting all the media houses.
Okay.
This is the action we want to take on a day like this. And on that day, everybody is ready. We move. We get to the House of Assembly. This is what we want.
Is that a viable thing we expect to happen this year?
Yes, sure. But what I'm saying now is, this issue we are discussing is not high here in the state.
Do we have to wait for it to be high?
We don't have to. But for you to make a move, it like right now as I'm talking to you, something just happened, like the incident that took place on the Akpajo, that bridge. The director of
somebody died.
Was killed. There's a point that
but he rightly was not killed.
No, he just, because of the way
he was being chased,
and he just mistakenly drove into the ocean.
Exactly, but
because the place was not barricaded with some safety. Maybe burglary proof and the rest of them, or even heavy stones and the rest of them. He just trying to meander.
But that is more or less like a developmental issue.
But now, what I'm saying is, if there are issues in River State, issues that are so provocative issues,
okay,
one can take such measures. But right now, as I'm talking to you, we have peace, absolute peace in River State. The violence we are talking about is not on the increase.
I just asked you, do we have to wait for it? Because when these things happen, it's someone's child, it's someone's sister, it's someone's mother, it's someone's friend.
We don't have to wait for it, but what I'm saying is there are laws already put in place.
Implementation of the law
is not there,
okay,
for now. But now we will take that step when the issue is already out of control. Because now, if the law is already there, the assembly will tell you the law is already there. Have we not implemented? It's just for the implementation. If me and you now say, okay, let's take that step now, they will have to see what's the incidents now. Is there any current one? At least they're relative peace for now.
So we have to wait for a current one.
The issue is, we can take the action now. We can take the action tomorrow. We must not wait for a current
there is
for the reoccurrence of it. No.
There is this thing, that lingers around Nigerian society and the way many things are handled. We wait for an action to happen. Now, Akpajo, you rightly mentioned Akpajo. I wasn't, very sure why we brought Akpajo, but let me still lean on that point. You rightly mentioned Akpajo, and you talked about the road being bad, but someone had to die.
Now, why I raised that issue
for that road to now, this is when they want to repair it.
Why I raised,
but if someone did not that, why are we costant in a way that we have to wait for something to happen before we now carry another measure? Why are we not proactive in action?
You know why I brought up the issue of Akpajo? Because as it is now, it's very provocating. I saw some women that even wore black, wore uniform, went there. The following day, when that thing happened, I was to join them, but I decided what essence. I was about dropping from my vehicle to come down, join them. I said, of what essence? You stress yourself as chairperson, you are heading an NGO, nobody gives you attention, nobody cares about what you do, as in what you do does not count. In a country like Nigeria, go to other states, they will treat you like gold. Now, those women ended up on that place protesting because of what? They are provoked. So now, if me and you say, okay, today, let's take this action.
Okay.
Let's not wait till it gets to here. My advocacy now will be that, yes, let's not wait, let's take the action now. Because once something happened in the other state, it continues to, like you said, spread down. It will soon reach, it will come back again to Rivers State. So the earlier we take action, the better.
Right.
So that when they want to think of coming to Rivers State and they see the action that is being carried out
in other states,
in Rivers State,
right,
they see the action that is already taking place, they won't thought of coming.
Okay.
Like you said earlier that while growing up, before they kill this person, they tell you this is what the person did. This is what the person did, and that's why he's being killed.
Right.
That was serving as a deterrent to others. Now, if we, as chairperson and which I invite you, let's protest to House of Assembly, and House of Assembly have started taking their own action by implementing the laws. It will also serve as a deterrent to those that will want to come to the state to make it unbearable for others. So the time to take the action now is now.